mountain apes' hordes. Your kind not welcome. Go, or you will bleed. As it is a pain as mintasakaes. I think not, brothers. The Herzog wishes to bless the ground with blood.
I prize accuracy in my arrows. Brothers, human speaks the tongue of all mothers. A welcome guest. Yes, travel freely, ape brother. We do not inspect, we only guard. Brother Gordager selected this place for his own special purpose, and so we stand. Brother Gordager's beckoned us to stay. A terrible thing to lose a horn. Now the All-Mother will never select him for her chosen.
This fire just keeps on burning.
Should I? Yes, why? 15 gold.
Dumb it all to hell, I'm Come on, let's see it all start. Curse. Have you no ears, jackass? Fine. I'll come up.
I set my sights for victory.
Go get some wine when I'm Here's the end for you!
I'm overheating here.
Now for the turn card. Jack a close. Which one of you fellas is it? Fellas?
I wish there were other bombs that go up around here.
All the best, eh? There's no reason to keep ignoring the men.
No, go screw yourself with a rusty mace, why don't you? Him from Silverglen, Flatland, he's got the rot on you.
Yeah, why?
Blood brothers of Jahrl.
Dear
Stuck in this orc-infested dump. I swear I'll start taking heads if we don't get out of here soon. Conduit's orders or no.
Sweaty swingers. You beat me.
Hey,
I'm over.
you'll not get a peek at these prisoners without Jahrl's permission. What's going on in there ain't for the faint of heart anyway. What are you up to sneaking around here? Got a soft spot for those damned to the rack, do you? Well, unless you've orders from Jahrl himself, scram! Or you'll be next in line. A son of the mountain am I, and a blood brother of Jahrl besides. Chief placed me in charge of guarding the hatch to the prison cellar. Knows I won't hesitate to split the throat of any man or orc who tried to come or go without Jahrl's say-so. Want to get your hands on the flare knives, do you? You'll have to see Jahrl about that. The way I figure it, he'll be happy to have a reason to change the guard down there. We'll never find out where those villagers are hiding if these orcs club every last witness silly.
I'll open with 5 big ones.
I'll call and raise you another 5.
Nice to see a fresh face that ain't green as trout snot. Best make yourself known to Jahrl if you haven't yet. Welcome he is too. Lousy damn cards. Check.
Check. Let's see that last proof.
Hey, keep your eyes off my cards, Flatlander. But why not? The looting's done. There ain't much work to go round. A hand or two takes the edge off. Grab a chair and we'll deal you in, if you ain't afraid to lose your boots. We play for keeps. What have we here? New blood looking to place a bet, eh? What do you say? Want to play a hand? Then let's get it on.
Yeah, but our orders don't go.
Well, look at that. Want to play another? Then let's get it on. Well, then let's get it on. Well, then let's get it on. Well, then let's get it on. You're out of cash there, ugly. Come back when your pockets are a bit heavier. Okay. This is it, you bunch of pansies. The cards are shuffled. Now, place your
What
bets.
is it that you so enjoy?
Check.
7's mud.
Need him and weak, you amateurs. 7 sweaty swingers. You beat me.
Nice hand of cards, that one.
Cool. Let's have another round before I get too
Toasty.
drunk to read the cards.
Hey, what are you son to get?
Feel it.
Hey, but why not grab a
Here, keep your eyes off my... Where? Grab it.
Hey! Grab it!
What deluge.
Let's shut your mouth and go get some wine, why don't you?
Now there's an idea with a ring to it. I'll be right back.
Never rains, but it pours, eh?
Cheers. Oh, I wish there were other bombs that go up around here.
I told you.
Charla and Porter. Aren't those the skeleton traders we met?
Conduit's
Charla in Sicile and Porter just outside this village.
If this is to be believed, their spirits are trapped in a dark priestess's tomb.
The sheep is so bloody off and pocket.
flame kindles at your approach. In the market for some magical artifacts and scrolls, are you?
Your lapdog Garrick is missing. Just the one going for me.
Ah, you may not know what it is to be trusted. What it is to be obeyed. Garrick is a son of the mountain, and he'd never... Anything and everything left behind by vermin after we've exterminated them. And I must say, some of these roaches have mighty fine taste. The All-Mother chooses first from among the spoils, and the rest she grants to us to use or turn to profit.
About avenging the seventh moustache of Alfred Moon.
Who knew vermin could harbour such useful relics? Sharing the plunder!
It's
In the market for some premium gear, are ya?
Grutilda doesn't tell you a thing, does she? You there. Tell me, how's your vision? Any ailments in the liver or spleen? Lost ones are everywhere these days, after all. I am a servant to the goddess, of course. One of the first among her enlightened in Revelon, and certainly the most devoted. I've scoured the region for unworthy souls, and am quite efficiently cleansing the land of lost ones great and small. How much better the lost serve her as bone automatons. My expertise as a necromancer is unmatched, you know. I've a success rate is nearing 99%. They end up with their brains a bit, well, scrambled. You can find such a fellow opining over skulls somewhere around here. One of my more harmless false steps, I think. About that one. Look how it skulks around. Neither orc nor enlightened. I'll bet no one would even notice if it disappeared.
The totem's cold. Lifeless sockets seem to assess you. The totem silently acquiesces.
A fair deal, isn't it? Look, there. Again, the lost one struts by.
Grutilda gives me plenty of deers to keep myself company.
You aim so low, Ogma. Think of all the little deers you could have if you took matters into your own
Do with the totem's the totem.
Well. What do we have here? Human reinforcements. No need for a supple young kitten like yourself here. My rats will find the villagers in no time at all. Do you pretend not to know me, child? Surely you stare into my left eye each time you admire the full moon. But play coy if you will. The All-Mother called me here to find a certain tiny herd of sheep missing from her flock. Ah, the wolfish shepherd woman, she. I am world-renowned for my ability to search and to find. Why, you might ask, feigning ignorance so that you might hear more of my lilting voice. Rats, kitten. Rats are always the answer. There's no hole they won't find, no stench that can deter them. No, there is no hiding from a rat, and so there is no hiding from me. I raise them, train them, lead them. I am their king, and my subjects will find those hidden villages in no time at all. Lost lands, yes, fleeing the slaughter. Naughty, naughty. I'll give them quite the spanking when my rats whisper to me where to find them. Yes, perhaps I'll get my fill of my own private punishments first and foremost. The All-Mother believes those villagers, being the one-time servants of the wizard, will know how to find him. Or at least how to break the enchantments shielding his house. Wicked enchantments, are they? Our mother, yes. And we do suckle from the teat of her goodwill. No wonder so many of us starve. An iron fist in an iron glove is our Grutilda. She doesn't tolerate failure any more than I tolerate a spring nymph stealing glimpses of me during bath time. No, Jahrl, I say, you'll get your fill at the God's Day Festival. What? Do I look like his secretary? And even if I were, with my hair in a tight little bun and my quill at the ready, the old mother doesn't share her every concern with me, you know. No, she whispers to her pillow at eventide, when only the feathers can hear her. Something must have startled them. Was it you, traitor? What did you tell them? I swear, I can explain!
See how
I've
these
spotted
rats
something
live?
interesting.
Even the lowliest beast bears
Sodden
a
all
loyalty
the way to my
utterly
boot soles.
unfound in the so-called higher species.
It isn't the higher species you've got to worry about. It's these revolting orcs.
What do you call that, tinfoil? Oh, my arcane texts of every kind. Get them before they turn to ash.
I prefer
Well, by the boot soles of Burl Boonhammer, what have we here?
Another human in Hunter's Edge. State your business, whelp.
Hail, Immaculate. By the sickle of Tyr Gutgouger, I'm glad to see another human face here in Hunter's Edge. Not yet another misshapen orcish snout.
If you fancy keeping that human face of yours, I wouldn't take my cues from the chief of the mountain apes. I may have sworn to refrain from carving my name across his back, but yours, I do believe, is free for the taking.
Regular ray of sunshine, isn't she? Don't let her manners fool you, though. Her disposition may be dark, but her wit is bright. Bright and devious. Believe me when I tell you that she's plotting against us as we speak, and would have long given the order to spill our blood if she wasn't leashed by the orders of the conduit herself. But by the shield of the Stormbringer, she'll not outfox the sworn brothers of Tanneroth. And I sincerely hope she won't outfox the likes of you either. You belong to the Silverglen tribe, I take it. Thought you were all holed up in Hyberheim. But it pleases me to see some of your number have come to Hunter's Edge. Yes, an outsider not as yet distrusted by the orcs is exactly what I need in the matter of the missing bloodstones and the matter of the wizard's house. But let's talk in my headquarters over yonder, for by the beard of the Bear Slayer there are too many green ears around here.
Oi! The old mother's responsible to the Tell her to stay in the warehouse. Tell the old mother you've got on with her judgment if you feel so strongly about it. I see. You'd like that, wouldn't you? Big shut it to my post in the beginning. Who do you think it was?
Oh, a new immaculate face in town. What a pleasure to serve you. I've a deal running now. Double the whiskey for any and all who refrain from beating me from the neck up and the crotch down. Oh, I'm nobody at all. Just the old tavern keeper in this here village. Things have been busy since the orcs came, but I've never been one to complain too much. Or especially with with my wife and kids gone. I prefer to keep my eye on the prize. Oh, whiskey, of course. No excruciatingly terrible memory a nice glass of the good stuff can't wash away. Oh, swell, guys. Swollen as swell can be. I haven't a complaint in the world. Not in the wide world. Keep me busy, they do. Day and night. Night and day and night again. Well, you might imagine me a wee bit utterly exhausted, but I wouldn't have it any other way. After all, the soul-crushing night terrors can't find you if you never sleep. That's my motto. Well, the scenery's certainly changed in recent weeks, I'll tell you that much. Used to be a quiet sort of place. Family folks, you know. Never had much trouble, and all the less because our little town played host to a source hunter and a powerful wizard both. Can't say why we were overcome so quickly. Can't say why so many of us were cut down over those shiny stones. An immaculate like you know better than me, I suppose. Yes, I suppose an immaculate just like you might have been the one who held my son's head back while Grutilda sliced his throat open, eh? Oh, but who's got time to think on the past? That way lies danger, I say. I only know that these orcs are a thirsty lot. It's my job to keep my head down and the whiskey flowing. Now there's a man apart from the rest, even among their kind. He's a strange sort. Nurses the same flagon of whiskey for an hour and sits in the corner by himself. Oh, but the lack of company don't keep him from making conversation. Always muttering beneath his sour breath he is, but arguing some point of his left hands against the better sense of the right. I tell you, someone like that's twice as terrifying as one of these big ornery brutes. At least you can see their clubs coming down in time to jump out the way. That I am. But I'll tell you, I never served a lot quite like these Goliaths. They drink like elephants and pay like... well, they don't pay at all. Then again, I can't say I mind this little arrangement too terribly. The happier they are, the longer I evade the rack and the screw. Each glass brings us closer to the last of the whiskey, though. My bowels shrink when I think what'll happen when we get to the bottom of the last barrel. We've already exhausted the tavern supply, but I've been pilfering from my old buddy Glenn's stores. I doubt he'll mind, seeing as he was one of the first orcs sunk their claws into. Now that was a man dedicated to fine liquor. Knew all there was to know about distilling whiskey, he did. Oh, what I'd give for a barrel of Glenn's good stuff now. These orcs wouldn't know what hit 'em. Of course, it'll be for a moment.
Just have you been shut in a bloody
The pig skin will bring your refreshment shortly.
All the better. Thirst does so magnify one's craving for goblin
I
flesh.
save you the
I
finest.
spotted something interesting.
This swill is hardly better than swamp water.
Oh, it is right. I call you a farm.
Rest. You've got to the count of one to kneel before me. Perhaps you haven't heard, whelp. Every time a foot soldier disturbs me, I take his head to compensate for my time. Leader, a word that hardly suffices. I lead them as far as the head leads the body. They serve me and live in service to me. I am their all-mother, the beginning and end of their very lives. I am loved by them. I am craved by them. I choose from among them he who pleases me, and I destroy the rest. The orcs of this tribe are executors of my will, no more. Naturally, there are few finer pleasures than standing before the fruits of one's labor. A stack of gold, and goods to one side, and sopping sinews and bone to the other. Ah, divine. I've developed a particular affinity for tenebrium of late. The sheen of it rather pleases the eye. My boys know not to keep a shard of the stuff from me. Consider this your warning too. Miserable, you say? I quite like it. Save the altogether hideous pink apes infesting the place. But exterminating them was a rather titillating diversion, I must admit. The townsfolk here were no different from those in the north. The larger ones beg me to spare the smaller ones. The smaller ones bleat like lambs for the larger ones. Yet they each squeal just the same when you split their piggy skin from nose to navel. Yes, I dare say the wizard won't be so pleased with himself for evading us when he returns. His servants' entrails will be wreathed among his grapevines, and the rest of the villagers are already hacking away in the Tenebrium mines. Undead drones bent in service to the conduit. Our conduit didn't describe every detail of her plan to her mold-eyed pets in the mines. Well, no matter. It hardly concerns you, unless you can break the enchantments protecting his house. But that's a matter of magic, not the erotic virtues of your mother's rot-rancid corpse. I doubt anyone from Silverglen will be of use. So it seems, but even the cleverest magician cannot conceal his tricks forever. The wizard may have fled, but he left a passel of servants behind. Servants I very much doubt will be immune to the charms of my screws and cleavers. But how very obvious! Who better than a cow to bring a frightened calf back into the herd? Surely you and that bootlicker's sensibility of yours ought to have an insight or two into where a servant might seek sanctuary. Our rat catcher, regrettably, seems to be in need of some direction in the matter. Goodness, is supper already upon us? I'd hope to have had the pleasure of making his acquaintance. Careful, he was only just released from the hangman's cells. What was the case? Ah, yes. I believe he ordered his rats to chew out the tongues of every last infant within a western orcish tribe. An answer to some insult or other from the tribe's all-mother. Or so I heard. He's dangerous, yes, and quite mad. But I'd trust him with my own neck. There's not an orc in Riverland that would dream of crossing Grutilda, no matter how mad.
Whiskey? Thirsty by the day? Well,